Welcome to the weekly recap. I'm Matt Wacker. The first phase of the Move Rolla Transportation Strategy includes the extension of Highway 72 from Bishop Avenue to Kings Highway. The plan intends to relieve traffic congestion on Rolla's main thoroughfares and improve the flow of traffic to the west side. According to a report by Move Rolla, the $11.4 million extension will include 6-foot sidewalks on both sides, a bridge crossing the railroad tracks, and a new traffic circle at the junction of Bridge School Road and Kings Highway. Approximately 20 parcels of land, many of them residential, will be needed for right-of-ways on the new extension.
Have you heard of the Move Rolla Transportation Strategy?
The Move Rolla Transportation Strategy? Well, we've heard about the West Side development, and we've heard about the Route 72 extension, which apparently is going to take our property. So, yeah, we've heard.
Your property is going to be in the right-of-way path, in other words. Is that correct?
That's correct. It will take, the latest we've seen on the right-of-way lines, it will take about half of this property.
But there's no way to separate half, so it's got to be all or nothing.
Right, I would agree, yes.
So what are you intending to do as far as relocating?
Well, we will have to find some place to go, I guess. It's going to be a sad day when we have to leave.
Do you know what your neighbors are planning to do or how they feel about the 72 extension?
Well, I think in general, they're okay with it as long as they're not losing money on their property. I think that's the big issue, because if you have a highway go through your backyard and they don't take your house, then, that's a real problem because it's going to kill the property value. It's going to be no access right of way, and so you can't develop it into a commercial property because you can't have any access to it. So, in that case, then I think that, they have an obligation to pay us what our house is worth and something in addition, for the fact that it's not for sale and they're going to take it anyway.
Phase 1 of the strategy also calls for complete street improvements on Bishop Avenue and a 10th Street extension overpass of Interstate 44. State Senator Dan Brown has thrown his hat into the ring for Missouri Treasurer. Brown's decision to file as a Republican creates a primary race with fellow State Senator Eric Schmidt of Glendale. 2 Democrats have also filed for the position, Judy Baker of Columbia and Pat Contreras of Kansas City. Current Treasurer Clint Zweifel is unable to run for re-election due to term limitations. Party nominations will be decided in August 2nd's primary election. And speaking of the upcoming primary, several races are forming in Phelps County. Incumbent Larry Strautman and challenger Don Riley have both filed as Republicans for District 1 Commissioner. Sylvester First and Terrace Cates have both filed as Republicans for Surveyor. Lou Gilbert is not seeking re-election. Challenger Bruce Southard has filed as a Republican for Sheriff. He will face the incumbent Democrat Rick Lazenby. Interim Coroner Andy Davis is looking to make his temporary position a permanent one following the death of his predecessor Larry Swinford. Filing for the August primary will continue through March 29th. 29-year-old Rolla man Justin YELTON has been sentenced to 18 years in prison for a series of thefts. YELTON was arrested on September 29th, charged with 6 separate thefts involving ATVs and other items. He remained in Phelps County Jail until February 19th, at which time he pled guilty to 3 counts of felony stealing. Phelps County Assistant Prosecutor Brad Neckerman prosecuted the case. He says that even with good behavior in prison, YELTON would likely not be eligible for parole until at least 2026. A silver advisory issued for an elderly man was canceled after he was found safe and sound. 76-year-old Roy Burgess of Texas County was declared missing on February 24th. The Texas County Sheriff's Office issued an advisory stating that Burgess was recently diagnosed with dementia and was advised to check into Texas County Memorial Hospital. After refusing to comply with the doctor's advice, Burgess left his residence in a motorhome and drove to Joplin before being apprehended. A silver advisory is still in effect for 75-year-old William Dewey Angel. The Sullivan man left his home en route to Washington, Missouri on February 28th. Angel suffers from dementia and has a cardiac condition. He last contacted his family by phone and said he was on I-270 returning from Ferguson. No one has heard from him since. Students at St. James Middle School helped spread the word about autism awareness with ribbons in honor of their classmate, Jonathan SHAY. Students in one of the school's lead groups made awareness ribbons for all students and faculty to be worn in April, which is Autism Awareness Month. The students also wanted to honor their classmate SHAY, who went missing in July and whose remains were believed to have been found on February 21st. That's it for now. From all of us here at the Weekly Recap, I'm Matt Wacker. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.